Hello there, this is Karen once more doing another reading this week. The reading that I have chosen to do is for a country. It's for the USA, United States, and I've already chosen the cards from 3 different decks, and I've spread them out because I'm holding the camera with one hand, so I only have one hand. So one of the decks I'm using is Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance deck, and I've chosen one card. And the middle spread is Tony Carmine Salerno and his Magdalene Oracle. And the next deck I've chosen 2 extra cards, and that is the Universal Wisdom deck by Tony Carmine Salerno as well, an Australian artist. So the energy surrounding this reading, and I asked for information for the next year, 2012, for the USA. And regardless of whatever is happening politically or socially in the US, the cards seem to tell me that there are a lot of energetic things happening on the land of the US. I'll just read the card titles and then I'll start reading them in combination. So what came up was family, family tree, love, the matrix, God, and decision. So there's a lot of love pouring onto the USA from the universe, from the God light, from the source of consciousness in the universe, because there are huge social and planetary changes happening in the USA. And when I say that, I say there are things that we cannot understand, higher information that no one has access to. There is no rhyme and reason why we go through things, and the matrix is a complex and misunderstood, misinterpreted arena, and we can't fathom all of the universal law and all the universal knowledge that's happening in the universe at the moment. All we can do is stay calm, centered, and balanced within our own lives. All we can do is focus and practice love, which is a vibration, it's a choice. Loving ourselves, loving our neighbor, helping each other as a human race to get through daily life and to get through changes in evolution, because that is what is happening in unseen realms and in the seen realms now. We're changing into a 5th dimensional body, light body, and so there are symptoms in our bodies, there are symptoms in our society, there are symptoms in our social, cultural context. So the universe is offering and pouring a huge amount of love into the US, because the US is a strong, independent country. It always has been a huge power. It has huge resources. And the universe is trying to say, honor that independence that you have, that total love of freedom and that total love of oneness and, unity for all and free speech and democracy. Honor that, but most of all, become independent within yourself. That means not following like sheep. It means being a leader in your own life, and it means standing up for what you believe in. It means not being swayed by media. It means not being swayed by religious groups. Find your own truth. And finding your truth is a journey. It is a process. It's just basically whatever you have been led to believe through your own life lessons is your authenticity. And if you look to the Native American wisdom, they teach a lot about that. It's not about following what others have done. It's about the tests and trials and initiations that have occurred in your own individual lives and in your own families. We belong to family groups. And everybody that has reincarnated or incarnated into the USA in family trees and family groups are there for a reason. You're there to anchor energy. You're there to burn up karma in that family line, all those patterns, all those projections which continue every time a new child is born into a family, all those choices that you have to make You can change those patterns, you can change those lessons that are running through families just by being a little bit more aware and just coming to that fork in the crossroads of not wanting to repeat the past and the past experiences that your family members have made. So Bast is an Egyptian goddess, and she's all about independence. So stand strong. Women need to stand strong, need to empower themselves. They have been for a long time. The USA is ruled by the planet, the astrological planet Cancer, sign Cancer. It's not really a planet, is it? Which is very much the mother energy. Native Americans have a lot of wisdom about grandmother energy. So this is the healing force that's the ground root system that is coming up in your country. This is what will nurture the future generations. And we need to think about future generations. We're so into ourselves and what's happening right now, and we're also carrying around the past memories that we don't even think about 7 generations into the future. And that's very important that you do think ahead for those generations, because we haven't provided for them. We haven't built a firm foundation for a sustainable future for 7 generations ahead of us. And I guess there's a lot of guilt and a lot of shame because of that. And we need to release those negative emotions. We need to release the guilt and shame collectively. I'm talking about as a collective group of souls that are working on this in this country, and on an individual level as well. We need to open our hearts. And if you're struggling, if you're having challenges in life financially, if you've thought, why me? Why is this happening? Where is God? Where's God when we need him? Why would he do this? He's not a him. He's an energy. We just call him a him. But it's a her as well. And I have no explanation for why things happen. I don't know all the answers. All I do know is that there is a higher power. There is a higher meaning to things, even if we cannot grasp it. And there is an order in the universe, and it is being planned out at the moment. We just don't have the evidence of it. We have small signs, and we have definitely a consciousness that things are changing, but we don't know the bigger picture. I think a lot of the bigger picture is congruent on our choices and what we're choosing, because when we open to love and we decide that we're going to grow and we're going to stand up for what our own individual beliefs are, then the matrix opens to us. The matrix is the energetic grid work of the universe, law of attraction, the universal laws. It's the senses. It's all these other skills that we haven't developed within our brain. Telekinesis, telepathy, awareness, our psychic ability. We are all intuitive, but we haven't all developed these. We've had a lot of suspicion about them. We have held a lot of fear, and we've allowed religious structures and religious beliefs to imprison us mentally and our independence and our abilities. We've allowed them to do that as a lesson in order for us to come to the realization that our own truth is the important truth. No one can tell you what to believe. You've got to seek what your truth is, and you've got to be strong and stand firm in it, because people will try and sway you into their own belief systems. If you think of it like a video, video's out of date now, a DVD. Someone's screening a DVD in their mind of what reality is, but they'll always try and project it into your reality, because it gives them validation, it gives them meaning as to why they're living their life and why they're believing these things. But it's up to you to screen your own DVD of reality, and it's up to you to anchor it and believe in yourself. You've got evidence in your life. You're always presented with evidence. There's always signs. There's always things that are repeating themselves in your life. And these are messages from your higher self, not some being outside of yourself. Don't give your power away to even spirits. or guardian angels or any of those belief systems. They are there to help you. They are true and they are real. But you are the most powerful being there ever is. You are a God aspect. And if God can create the universe, if consciousness can create the universe, then what can you do? There are no limits. The energy that's being transmuted in the USA at the moment is for the good of the whole earth, everybody on the earth. So you're doing some huge work by going through hardships, by going through challenges, by having to deal with depression, having to deal with losing your homes, having to deal with losing your identity, the role that you've played in life, having to get real about who you really are, not wearing masks anymore, the ego, having to strip that ego back and become who you are without playing a role. Whether that might be rich person, poor person, homeless person, Wall Street, bigwig, hippie, strip those masks away, take those identity tags off and become who you really are. And there's a lot of people in America, so 365 million people. A lot of you won't get this. A lot of you won't. You're just not capable of comprehending. But the ones that have been working, those beautiful angels, those angel networks, those people that work in communities everywhere, those selfless, beautiful, open-hearted, religious people as well, like so many church groups and things that do so many good things in each community. I've been to America many times and I just love how people are really willing to pitch in and help everybody. That's a beautiful quality. Develop it more. Help the minority groups, the people that aren't normally assisted. Embrace them. So the God light is forcing some major changes upon us, but believe me, they are for a high purpose, and it will cleanse and purify a lot of the disharmony and a lot of the discordant crime, angry energy, road rage, all that kind of energy is becoming redundant in your country. And that's why you've had so much of it, because it's had to burn itself out. It's had to have the pressure of experiencing it in order for you to choose not to have it anymore. Family trees are important. Focus on your family. Learn from the mistakes or the lessons that have run in your families. Go back and discover about your roots, where you came from, and see if there are patterns in your family members that run in your own life. That holds the key to a lot of this information. And there's a lot of processing happening within families in terms of illness, disease, just psychological and emotional patterns that are finishing. So they've run their course. They've gone from one generation to another, and now they're not powerful anymore. They don't need to exist anymore. So this is powerful work that's happening every day. These extra cards down here, lilac mist and amethyst wings. One is an angelic being that is to do with the crystal amethyst, and I actually have a piece here. So I don't know if you can see, it's a purple, beautiful purple crystal. Now that has to do with the violet flame. The violet flame is a beautiful purple flame. You can visualize it like a fire, and what it does, it burns up negative energy and dross and pain and old ways of being, old ways of thinking, and old emotions. It burns up negative addictions. It burns up traits and fears that we have carried, not just in our lifetime, but in our family tree. So visualizing the purple flame just like a campfire, surrounding your whole body as if it comes up from your feet, and it burns away karma. And you can just think that in your mind, burning away all the karma, all the family karma, The drama that has existed in my family, you can think that and make that intention. You can also do it for communities, for the whole country. You can visualize the map of America and visualize this beautiful violet flame just burning up any dross, anything that's been existing that no longer needs to exist in this new energy, in this new dimension that we're entering. It's quite a powerful meditation to do, and it's a cleansing meditation. Lilac mist is a purple mist. It's an energy, and it's a clearing, cleansing energy. So that tells me that there's a lot of assistance from the angelic realm, from the Devic realm, the fairies, the earth elementals. They're working so hard to cleanse the environment. And this also relates to the confusion that a lot of people feel. They might have felt that they've been following a path for a long time, and they've been diligent and faithful, and they've been doing all the right things that you might consider right, but now they feel powerless and lost and misdirected. They might even feel abandoned by God. They might have some anger at the universe, and why is this happening to me? Some victimhood stories going on. The lilac mist means that you don't always know the answer. You don't always know why things happen, but you have to focus on the fact that you have to have faith that everything is happening for a higher purpose and a higher reason. And when you choose to transform, it's just like a butterfly. You've got to go through the cocoon and the chrysalis stage before you can emerge as your beautiful self. You've got to transmute somewhat of an ugly grub or caterpillar into something magnificent and beautiful. And that's the total process that's happening on a society level, on a cultural level, on an individual level in the USA. Every single person that is there is going through this because it's coming from the ground up. It's emanating from an energy on the sacred ground of the USA. There's many power places in the USA because the energy of nature is so powerful there. The Rocky Mountains, Arizona, Sedona, the vortexes, New Mexico, all of that energy is sacred, the Grand Canyon. It's very powerful energy there. I just think that you don't need to do anything at the moment. All you need to do is just focus on cleansing, connect to the violet flame, connect to the amethyst energy, call on your guides and guardians if you don't know how to cope. And you might see that there's a lot of discord in societies like